We all have people that come against us, make negative comments, trying to discredit us or belittle us. Human nature is to get in there and try to straighten them out, prove to them how they're wrong. We think we have to defend ourselves. After all, that's our reputation. But the problem with this approach is as soon as you get one person straightened out, 3 more will pop up. There will always be somebody that's against you, somebody that's trying to make you look bad. If you're constantly trying to defend yourself, you'll get distracted fighting battles that you were never supposed to fight. It's easy to get baited into conflict, thinking, did you see what they said about me on social media? I'm going to show them who they're messing with. Do you know how much energy it takes to try to pay somebody back or to try to prove to them that you really are a nice person? You are spending emotional energy that you need for your dreams, for your goals. Here's the key. You don't have to defend yourself. God said He will defend you. He will protect your reputation. Quit worrying about the chatter, the negative comments. Those are all distractions. That's the enemy trying to bait you off course so you'll waste your time and energy involved in battles that don't matter. Well, Joel, I'm upset because I'm a good person. What they're saying about me is not true. Doesn't matter how good you are, how loving, kind, upstanding, somebody's not going to like you. Somebody's going to try to discredit you. It happened with Jesus. When He was on this earth, He went around healing the sick, lifting the fallen, encouraging those that were down. He did nothing but good, but He was falsely accused. He was misunderstood. How did He defend Himself? How did He protect His reputation? It says in 1 Peter, even though He had never sinned or done any wrong, He did not retaliate when He was insulted. When He suffered, He didn't threaten to get even. He left His case in the hands of God. I wonder how much more peace you would have, how much more you would enjoy your life if you would start leaving your cases in the hands of God. We spend too much time trying to defend ourselves, trying to prove to people who we are, worried about what they think. Why don't you put your reputation in God's hands? I can assure you, God can vindicate you better than you can vindicate yourself. You don't have to retaliate. You don't have to try to pay people back, convince them to change their mind. The truth is, some people are never going to be for you. No matter what you do, they're not going to like you. They're intent on misunderstanding you. They don't want to see your point of view. They don't want to give you the benefit of the doubt. Now, don't go the next 5 years frustrated because they're negative towards you, engaged in a battle that you're not supposed to be engaged in. It's time to leave that case in the hands of God. Quit worrying about what they think. Quit reading what they say about you on social media. Quit getting all riled up thinking about how you can retaliate, how you can pay them back. Well, as long as you're defending yourself, then the true defender, the Most High God, will step back. He'll let you do it your way. But when we make this decision, God, I'm turning this over to you. I'm not going to spend my life worried about what somebody's saying, wasting my energy trying to change their mind, upset because they don't like me. God, I know you're my defender. I know you're fighting my battles. That's when the Creator of the universe will go to work. When people try to push you down, God will lift you up. When they try to make you look bad, He'll turn it around and cause you to look good. He'll cause you to shine. This is what happened in the scripture to Mordecai. He was a good man, doing the right thing, honoring God, but a man named Haman didn't like him. Mordecai was a Jew. He wouldn't bow down to Haman and follow the traditions of his people. So Haman was constantly trying to discredit Mordecai, push him down, make him look bad. Mordecai didn't get upset. He didn't try to pay him back. He understood this principle that he had a defender. He left that case in the hands of God. In the natural, Haman had an advantage. He worked for the king, in the palace, had a prestigious, influential position. What could Mordecai ever do? But one night, this king couldn't sleep. He asked his assistant to bring him one of the books that had the city's history recorded in it. It just so happened the king read about a good deed that Mordecai had done. The king was so impressed, the next morning he called Haman in. He said, Haman, what do you think we should do to honor a man that's done a good deed and served the king with excellence? Well, Haman was so self-centered, he thought the king was talking about himself, so he played it up big. He said, King, I think we should put a royal robe on this man, have a big parade, march him up and down the streets, announcing what a great man he is. The king said, Haman, I love that idea. Now go find Mordecai and do just what you said. You march him up and down the streets and you announce how great he is. What am I saying? God knows how to protect your reputation. Why don't you put that case in His hands? Quit spending all your time trying to defend yourself. You have a defender. God can do it better than you. He knows how to bring justice. He knows how to vindicate you. This is what Jesus did. He was disrespected. They called Him a fraud, a cheat, an imposter. But the Scripture says He made Himself of no reputation. That means He didn't worry about His reputation. He knew He would be misunderstood. He knew people would be negative, critical, find fault. He didn't waste His time trying to prove to His critics that He was the Son of God. He didn't go around upset because religious leaders didn't believe in Him. He just kept running His race, being His best, trusting His Father to settle His cases. If you're consumed with what other people think, why won't they respect me? I've got to convince them to believe in me. Then you'll get distracted and miss your destiny.